Good morning, Shalom. I am Motlan from Holy Spirit Institute College, Thailand. This morning I'm going to present eschatology on the topic views on Premillennialism and Tribulation. In this eschatology, I want to limit myself to in regard to millennialism. I don't discuss about preterism and idealism eschatology. Based on Orthodox interpretation, there are 4 eschatological views in regard to end of time. The main difference take the 3 key aspects of end of the world, which are the millennium, 1,000 years government, the binding of Satan, and the relationship between Israel and the church. The 4 main eschatological views. First one is a millennium. In this millennium, the 1,000 years is happening right now. There is no more in the future. Christ's work in the world, his life, death, resurrection, and ascension greatly hindered the work of Satan, so that Number 2, Satan's influence has been diminished because he has been bound by Christ. 3, the church is the fulfillment of Israel. The church is spiritual Israel. In reference to this in the Bible, Revelation 20 verse 2, Matthew 12 verse 29, Rome 14 verse 10, Thessalonians 1 verse 7 to 10, and Luke 20 verse 27 to 36, etc. Number 2 is postmillennialism. Postmillennialists differ as long whether the range of the Christ is 1,000 years or simply a long period of time. There is no definite position on the role of Satan. Number 3, the church is the fulfillment of Israel, the same as millennialism. The church is spiritual Israel. Yeah, the reference is Psalm 2, Isaiah 2 verse 2 to 4, Matthew 13, and 28, Matthew 13 verse 28, John 12. Number 3 is historic premillennialism. This is historic premillennialism is post-tribulational. Satan is currently at work in the world, influencing affairs and deceiving the nation. At the return of Christ, Satan will be bound for the duration of the millennial age. 3, historic premillennialism teaches that the church was in the 4th vision of Old Testament prophecy, in reference to Luke 17 verse 20, Matthew 24 verse 3 and 26, Revelation 20 verse 1, Luke 17 verse 30, etc. And the last one is dispensational premillennialism. It's almost the same with historic, but this one in regard to dispensational, the millennial, literal 1,000 years, reign of Christ will begin after his return at the end of the distinct 7 years period known as tribulation. So we present here tribulation. Number 2, Satan is actively at work to resist the church and undermine God's people. He will be bound for the duration of the millennium and only released for the final confrontation following his 1,000 years captivity. So even now there is Satan work as well. Number 3, The dispensationalists propose a secret rapture concept in which Christ returned prior to or midway through the tribulation period to remove the church from the earth, so raised in heaven. So do not enter the tribulation suffering. So this reference is in Daniel, Revelation 21 until 22, 2 Samuel 7, verse 13, Jeremiah 31, verse 35 to 36, etc. Now, in regard to dispensational premillennium, we're going to talk about the rapture theory. In dispensational premillennialism view, there is a development with the rapture theory. Churches will be raised, will be lifted, and will not enter tribulation time. That's why we call dispensation. Some views in regard to dispensational premillenniums. We have number one, like pre-tribulation. In this case, Jesus Christ will come for his holy people, rapture, and raise, then into the cloud, Then he will come together with his holy people, Revelation, after the Antichrist govern in earth for 7 years end. In a reference in 1 Thessalonians 1 verse 10, Thessalonians 4 verse 13 to 18, and John 14 verse 1 to 3, 1 Corinthians 15 verse 51 to 58. And there is also views of partial rapture. Only the believer who watch and expecting the coming of the Lord will be raised at a different time, prior to in tribulation time. In reference to Matthew 24 verse 40 to 51, Philippians 3 verse 10 to 14, and Revelation 2 verse 11, Revelation 3 verse 5 and 10. And number 3, mid-tribulation. The church will be raised in the mid of tribulation. That is first half of 7 years of tribulation, or we call great tribulation. The reign of Antichrist on earth is divided into 2 periods. Peace period, compared to the heavy one, 3.5 years, and 3.5 severe or big severe torture time, that is in reference to Daniel 7 verse 9 and 27, Daniel 12 verse 7, and Revelation 11 verse 13, Revelation 12 verse 3, 6 and 14, and 1 Thessalonians 4 verse 15 to 16. And number 4 is post-tribulation. The church will be raised approaching the end of the big torture time, that is the second coming of Jesus Christ, in reference to Matthew 13 verse 24, Matthew 24 verse 3 to 31, Revelation 3 verse 10, Revelation 20 verse 4 to 6, and 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 8. And I note here, I believe church will be raised before the tribulation, what we call pre-tribulation. So my belief here, one is the second coming of Jesus Christ will take place at the time that no one knows. This is written in Matthew 24, 43 until 44, Mark 13, verse 32, Acts 1, verse 7, 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 2, 2 Peter 3 verse 10, Revelation 3 verse 3. Therefore, reject the effort or object the effort to calculate and the decisive time of Jesus' second coming. We just wait. The sign of his coming, second coming, as written in Matthew 24, are only to remind us that Jesus Christ certainly will come, and it can take place at any time, even in our time maybe. The second coming of Jesus Christ will be in two stages. First, to raise his church, I mean the believer, from the earth into the cloud. That is 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 13 to 18. The true believer to Jesus Christ will not enter tribulation in the Antichrist reign. So 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 9 to 11. And second is coming together with his church to establish millennium on earth, which reaches and the ultimate goal, which is the eternal and glorious. So this time, Jesus, together with the choices people or the believer, the church, will come to the earth to reign. This is for 1,000 years, so millennium. It's written in 2 Peter 3, verse 13, Revelation 21, verse 1. And I reference to several references that I took from internet, in regard to this eschatology. Thank you for this morning. I hope this will also remind us for the coming of the second coming of Jesus Christ into this world. Shalom. God bless.